My girlfriend plans to keep her affair baby then one day. My girlfriend cheated on me with a guy from work who is 30 years old. They even went on a 7-day vacation together. After she told me about cheating, she begged for forgiveness, and we started going to counseling. She blocked him from contacting her and showed me she wanted to fix our relationship. 3 months later, things seemed good between us. I even told her I wanted to have a baby with her someday. But then she looked really worried. When I asked her why, she said she was pregnant. And it was from the guy she cheated with. I was really mad and asked her to have an abortion or give the baby up for adoption. But she wants to keep the baby and wants me to be the dad. I want to be a dad too. But I wanted it to be my own child, not someone else's. Should I break up with her? Or should I try to convince her to have an abortion? Additional context. We've been together for 4 years, starting as roommates because she needed help with rent. The affair lasted 2 months. She told me about it after a working trip. The guy she cheated with told her to leave me for him, but she got scared and ended things with him. She confessed everything to both our families as a way to make things right. Update 1. So, yesterday I asked for advice on Reddit because something was bothering me. Someone suggested I check other social networks my girlfriend might be using. So I took their advice and looked through her laptop. The coworker she was supposedly seeing, who's 30 years old, isn't real. It's actually my younger brother, who's 24, and their affair has been going on for over 2 months. They've been mocking me, making fun of my body and my insecurities behind my back. They've been doing all sorts of things in my house while I was working as a cook. But that's not even the worst part. During that supposed 7-day vacation, they actually got married. And the worst part is, my parents and her family knew about it. They were sending photos to each other. I found out all of this by going through her chats. She hadn't added my brother, but I'm sure it's him because of the photos and some things only he would know. I waited for her to come back from work. I was feeling, and still am, shattered and really hurt. When she got back, I immediately asked her about it. She just smiled and confessed that she was tired of pretending, that she only stayed with me until the lease was over, and that the child she's carrying is my brother's. I gathered my things and left. Now, I'm staying with my older sister. She's just as stunned and hurt by what happened as I am. She's been calling our parents, brother, and girlfriend all day. Only my parents have tried to reach out to me, but I haven't answered. I decided to cut off contact with my parents and brother. Update 2. Hi. It's been 3 days since everything blew up. I've been feeling really sad and depressed lately, but being with my sister is helping me feel a bit better. For those who are just tuning in, my girlfriend cheated on me and secretly married my brother, then she left me. She's pregnant with his child, and both our families knew about it. I've got some questions to address. 1. Did you sleep with your girlfriend after she confessed the affair? No, I didn't. But I did sleep with her when she was already married to my brother. I still don't understand why they did that. 2. Does the rest of your family know? No, but I've already told them. Even my ex-girlfriend's family knows. The only ones who knew before were my parents and hers. 3. Does your sister know? No, she's been kind of an outsider in our family. She's a lesbian, so my family didn't really accept her. But she's always been there for me. She's my best friend. I've been staying with my sister for these past 3 days, and I've been feeling really depressed. But she's been there for me the whole time, and we even played some cyberpunk together. I had to quit my job because my sister doesn't feel comfortable with me handling knives right now, especially considering my past suicide attempt. She told me that my parents want to meet with me to explain everything, but she made it clear that I didn't have to if I didn't want to. However, I do want to know everything, so I agreed to meet with them this Friday. When I went back to my old place to grab some things, I found my brother there with my ex-girlfriend. My sister, who came with me just in case, almost punched him. He's been rejected by most of the family, including my parents. So that's the update. My family is still falling apart, and I'm gearing up to confront my parents. Update 4. So, yesterday I decided to meet with my parents along with my sister. I had everything prepared: questions to ask, a recording device, because I wanted some answers before cutting off contact with them. Some people here advised me not to go, and I probably should have listened to them. When we got there, my parents were upset that my sister came along. I told them they didn't have the right to dictate that. Then they tried to offer some sort of apology, but it didn't really sound like one. I went ahead and asked them my first question: "How long have you known about this?" They went silent, but then my father said they were giving my brother and ex-girlfriend their own house to do as they pleased. Can you believe it? I wasn't just hurt. I was furious. I always knew my brother was the favorite, but this just made me even angrier. I kept asking them questions, and I found out that my ex-girlfriend's dad was the first to find out about the affair. He then contacted my parents, and all four of them met with my brother and my ex-girlfriend. They all came up with this idea of a blissful lie, as my dad called it. They didn't want to hurt me, but they thought my brother and ex-girlfriend would be happier together since they had betrayed me in the first place. I was really angry about this. My sister was furious too, and she started yelling at my parents. Then my brother showed up. My sister and I went quiet, and my mom started talking about trying to mend things and being there as an aunt and uncle for the baby. But my sister was angry and said she wouldn't be there for that kid. Then my brother said something like, "This will be the only child you'll have related by blood." My sister went silent, and I punched him without even thinking. It was the first time I ever punched someone, and honestly, I couldn't be happier about it. My brother started bleeding from his nose, and my parents started yelling at me. I just told them that they had lost 2 children, and then my sister and I left. Now I'm here at my sister's house, and my hand hurts from punching my brother, but I'm glad I stood up for myself and my sister. I'm planning to start therapy soon, and I'm thinking about joining the gym too. As I'm writing this, I realize my negative thoughts are becoming less frequent, so I think that's really good news. It's been a week since my confrontation with my parents, and nothing has changed. I've just been feeling really low lately, lacking energy and feeling tired all the time. I've seen my post on other sites, and most people are making fun of me and calling me a bad writer. It's frustrating because this isn't fiction. It's my real life. I'm not sure how to prove it to them. Should I post images of the texts I found? I'm just exhausted. A quick update. My brother and my parents have filed charges against me for breaking my brother's nose. So that's another blow to deal with. I'm trying to gather evidence to see if I can sue them for everything they've put me through. I'll update soon with more information. Thank you to everyone who sent kind messages. I'm still feeling down, but as Elton John said, I'm still standing. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too. Before I give you the update, I need to address something. I've noticed that my story has made its way to YouTube. My sister informed me about it. But unfortunately, some details in those videos are completely made up. For instance, they said I couldn't impregnate anyone because I was sterile, which is just ridiculous. And another video mentioned something about my ex-girlfriend having an addiction, along with some made-up legal stuff. I want to make it clear that I don't appreciate these false details being spread about me or anyone else involved. On another note, I want to express my gratitude to everyone for their comments and support during this time. I know I said I would update regularly, but things have been pretty hectic. I've even had the chance to talk to people from around the world. It's something I didn't expect, but it makes me happy to know that I have people who care about me. Update. My sister and I have decided on a new surname for ourselves, Moreno. In Spain, it's a tradition for bastards to have a nickname based on physical traits. And since we both have black hair, we chose Moreno. I've been discussing my court case with my lawyer and my sister. We're all prepared, but my lawyer suggested gathering more evidence. So I'm reaching out to some family members to back me up. As for the holidays, they've been a mix of sadness and relaxation. I spent 2 weeks in the city of Vigo with my sister and her girlfriend. It was the first Christmas without my parents and my brother, and my ex too, although I've always spent Christmas with my family. On Christmas Eve, we were with my sister's girlfriend's family, who are from Vito, and I felt a bit out of place. Not because of them, they were welcoming, but I just felt numb and jealous of their relationship. My sister noticed and tried to cheer me up, but I felt bad for making her worry. That night, I didn't go out to celebrate. I stayed in my sister's girlfriend's house and watched TV. The funny part is, I made friends with the grandparents. They were really kind to me, and after hearing about my situation, they gave me some great advice and made me feel better about myself. On New Year's Eve, I was planning to stay in like I did on Christmas Eve, but my sister convinced me to go out with her, her girlfriend, and her girlfriend's cousins for dinner and to watch the countdown. Once again, I felt a bit out of place, but one of my sister's girlfriend's cousins was really chatty with me. She had just ended a toxic relationship, and my sister kept trying to get us to talk. It made me a bit anxious at first, but after the countdown, we ended up kissing. I told her I'm not ready for a relationship, and she understands. We're just friends, really. I mean, we only met on Christmas Eve, and we've only been talking for 5 days at this point. We got back to my sister's house yesterday, and I still feel a bit numb about everything. It's been a strange Christmas, but kind of heartwarming too. That's all for now. Sorry for not having much else to say.